You open your phone. Nobody replied. Not one single person. And somewhere in your chest, something tightens. You tell yourself it doesn't matter, but it does. And the reason goes back further than you'd guess. Further than language, further than agriculture, further than almost anything you would call civilization. For decades, scientists believed loneliness was just a feeling, an inconvenience, something to shake off. They were wrong. Being left out doesn't just hurt your feelings, it hurts you the way a broken bone hurts. Your brain cannot tell the difference. In the 1950s, Harry Harlow separated infant monkeys from their mothers. He wanted to know what a baby actually needs. The theory then was simple. Babies bond with mothers because mothers provide food. Nothing more. So Harlow built two fake mothers. One was bare wire, holding a bottle of milk. The other was wrapped in soft cloth but offered no food. If the food theory was right, babies should have clung to the wire mother. They didn't. They fed briefly from the wire mother, then raced back to the cloth mother and clung to her for hours. When something frightening entered the cage, they ran to comfort, not calories. Warmth wasn't a bonus, it was survival. Fast forward to the 1990s. Psychologist Kipling Williams was tossing a frisbee in a park with a stranger when, without thinking, the other man simply stopped throwing it to him. It lasted 2 minutes. Williams felt a wave of humiliation, though nothing had actually happened to him. Why did that feel like an actual injury? Williams built a game called Cyberball to study it. Participants believed they played online with two real people. The game was rigged. After a few throws, the other stopped passing the ball entirely. Brain scans during this exclusion showed the anterior cingulate cortex lighting up, the same region that fires when you stub your toe. Being left out of a ball game with strangers activated the same pathway as physical pain. Your brain never built a separate alarm for rejection. It just reused the one built for injury. Around the same time, John Cacioppo studied loneliness itself. Not sadness, not depression, just the plain state of feeling disconnected from others. He tracked people for years, measuring blood pressure, immune function, and the quality of their sleep. Chronic loneliness didn't just feel bad, it changed bodies at a cellular level, raising inflammation markers as if the body were under attack, even when no actual infection was present. Why would evolution wire us this way? Because for nearly all of human history, isolation was a death sentence. Picture your ancestors on an open plain, tens of thousands of years before the first city was ever built. No locks, no walls, no emergency services, no neighbor to call, only the group. A human alone couldn't watch every direction at once, couldn't hunt large prey solo, couldn't protect a sick child while also gathering food and standing guard through the night. The tribe was the technology, long before fire, before tools, before language had even fully formed. So the body built an alarm. Sharp, immediate, impossible to ignore. Not because being alone is sad, but because being alone was often fatal. That alarm didn't vanish because you now live behind a locked door. Your nervous system doesn't know it's 2026. It only knows the old rule: distance from the group equals danger. This is why a delayed text can feel disproportionately awful. Why watching friends make plans without you stings for hours. You are not oversensitive. You are running software older than agriculture. Here's the unsettling part. Williams found that even when participants knew with total certainty that a computer controlled the exclusion, they still felt hurt. Knowing it was fake did nothing to stop the pain. The alarm fired anyway, the same way it would have 100,000 years ago. Somewhere between infancy and adulthood, humans learned to treat needing others as weakness instead of what it actually is, a requirement as real as needing sleep. You wouldn't shame someone for feeling thirsty, but you might shame yourself for feeling lonely. Cacioppo's work suggests that's backwards. Isolation alone predicted health outcomes as significant as smoking. Not because lonely people made worse choices, but because isolation wore the body down on its own. The tribe was never optional, it was the operating system. So next time silence follows a message you sent, notice the tightening in your chest before dismissing it. That isn't weakness, that's 100,000 years of instinct reacting to a distance from the group as if your life depended on staying close to it. Because for most of human history, it did. You open your phone again, still nothing. But now, you know what that ache actually is. It isn't a flaw in you, it's proof that you were built, from the very beginning, to need other people. And that need was never something to outgrow.